Of the team, we have Mudkip as our starter. Now, there is no objectively bad starter in Hoenn, but what makes Mudkip the best of the trio is Swampert's water ground typing. There aren't any major grass type battles, which is Swampert's only weakness. Water ground is just an excellent type combination with 4 resistances, an immunity, and a single weakness to grass. Swampert is a slow but balanced bulky Pokemon that can hit hard and hit without worrying about taking a lot of damage due to its typing. For Swampert's moveset, we have Surf, which you can get after defeating Norman and is the best HM move with 90 base power stab. Next up, you wanna have Dig on Mastomp with TM28 that can be found on Route 114 for Norman because his slackings are disgustingly strong, and if you can time your digs right, you will have an easier time with them. Once you find TM26 in Seaflow Cavern, you can replace Dig with Earthquake. Since Earthquake is the best ground type move with 100 base power and you get stabbed. For coverage against grass types, we head back to the abandoned ship to pick up TM13, which will teach Swampert Ice Beam. It is another fantastic move with 90 base power for Swampert to have, and will sell all the dragons back to the Ice Age. Lastly, I decided to fill in the spot with Strength. It's a strong basic normal type and prevents the hassle of going to get an HM Mule. With this, Swampert washes away Roxanne, Watson, Flannery, Norman Slacking, all of Winona's team except Pelipper and Skarmory, Tate and Liza, Wally's Altaria, Drake's entire roster except Kindra, Wallace's Tentacruel, Team Magma's Fire Ground types, Maxie's Crobat and Camerupt, and our rival Slugma, Tropius. And finally, Steven's Claydol, Aggron, Armaldo, and Metagross. Now you'll be encountering some grass types in the early game, and to counter them, we have one of my favorite regional birds, Swallow. Taillow can be found on Route 104 as soon as you get access to Pokeballs, and if you're willing to go through the effort, get one with an adamant nature. This tiny little burp can hit like a truck thanks to Guts. Guts is a Pokemon's ability to increase attack when having a major status condition. You can get that status condition from early level Wumples, get your Swallow paralyzed, and here comes the big move Facade. You get the TM for Facade after defeating Norman, and Facade doubles in power when the user is poisoned, paralyzed or burned. You will be having a Swallow that can one-shot everything that's not a ghost or made of rock and steel. An adamant Swallow with Facade, Guts and Stab is absolutely busted, and you'll be having a lot of fun dealing through your opponents. Next up, we have Fly from DHM. Your rival gives you a Route 119, which will be used to deal with all the grass types. For coverage, we'll be using Steel Wing from the TM Steven gives you in Granite Cave. And lastly, return for times when you don't feel like getting a status condition. With this, Swallow will sweep all the early game grass types, Brawly, Winona's Tropius, Sydney's Shiftry and Cacturn, Wallace's Ludicolo, Wally's Roselia, Rival's Grovyle, Lombre and Tropius. You can use Swallow for any other battle, to be honest, where it's not at a type disadvantage, simply because of the combo we talked about earlier. Next up is our mushroom buddy Breloom. Shroomies can be found in the Petalwork Woods before the first gym and can help a turn against a lot of early water types, and provide a lot of utility moves like Poison Powder and especially Leech Seed. The main benefit of having Breloom comes from its fighting type. Breloom is a physical attacker and gets access to some really good fighting type moves which your team needs if you want to have an easier time against Norman. For Breloom, we have Leech Seed as our utility move, which Shroomish learns at level 10. Giga Train as the main grass type stab move that you can get from this girl on Route 123 after showing her a grass type Pokemon. Mark Punch, which Breloom learns upon immediately evolving at level 23. It's a priority move and will come in handy in dire situation against faster opponents. Last is Sky Uppercut. It's an 85 base power fighting move. Although the 90% accuracy can be annoying at times, you still want the move to hit your opponents hard. With this in mind, Breloom handles Roxanne, Watson's Magneton, Norman's entire team, all of Wallace's Pokemon including Kingdra because of Leech Seed, Sydney's team, Glacier's team, Wallace's Wailord, Wishcast and Milotic, Wally's Delcatty and Breloom, most of Team Aqua's Pokemon, Maxie's Mighty Anna, your rivals Wilmer, and Steven's Claydol, Aggron and Credile. Then we head into the Granite Cave to get our next encounter, and surprise, surprise, it's Sableye. Never in all my years of playing Pokemon did I ever think Sableye was a good Pokemon. As a kid, I always looked at its stats and felt like it was too mediocre and was filled with disappointment. Because I really like Sableye's design. I recently did a challenge by beating Pokemon with a team that no one uses, and Sableye did amazing. He was the MVP of the team, and it made me decide that Sableye deserves some love and a spot on the team. Sableye has no weaknesses in Gen 3 and has 3 immunities because of the broken type combo of Ghost and Dark. He'll be especially good early game. As for the moveset, we obviously have Shadow Call as our main attacking move. You get TM30 upon climbing the Tower of Mount Pyre. Next up, we have Confuse Ray that Sableye learns at level 37. You're really gonna enjoy spamming Confuse Ray on scary opponents. And I'm speaking from experience. As for the Dark Stab move, we are gonna be using Knockoff, a 65 base power move that can knock off the Citrus Berry off of your opponents. It's not the best, but we get what we can. And I had a hard time deciding the final move, but I decided to go with Double Team. Spamming Double Team is not the most honorable strategy with Confuse Ray, but I could not think of anything else for Sableye. With that being said, Sableye can't be touched by Brawly, half of Norma's team, and deals with the rest, including Tate and Liza, Sidney's Shiftry, Phoebe's entire team, Wally's Delcatty, and Gardevoir, and finally Steven's Claydol. Coming up is the mainstay in a lot of Hoenn's team, my dog, Manectric. Hoenn does have a lot of water, not in a bad sense like IGN did, but with all that water comes a lot of water types. And you need Manectric to beast through all of them with that insane speed. Electric can be found on Route 110 before second rival battle and evolves as early as level 26. Thunderbolt is the main reason Manectric is one of the best in Hoenn. TM24 can be found in New Marvel after defeating Norman and heading to Marvel City. It decimates every single water Pokemon in its vicinity except for the Barboach line. Thunder Wave is an amazing utility move that you wanna have, and Electric should already have it when you catch one. Then we have Bite for coverage because Manectric does not learn any other good special moves and you don't wanna just have electric moves. Bite is 60 base power and has a 30% chance to make the opponent flinch, and Manectric learns it at level 39. Lastly, I picked Shockwave, which Watson gives you after beating him. It does not miss, and yeah, that's about it. You've got something to deal with double teaming. With this, Manectric electrocutes Vinona's entire team except Altaria, Juan's entire team except Whiscash and Kingdra, Sidney's, Crawdon, Glacier's Walrein line, Wallace's entire team except, you guessed it, Whiscash and Kingdra, your rivals Wailmer, Swellow, most of Team Aqua's Pokemon, Maxie's Crobat, Archie's Sharpedo, Golbat, and Steven's Skarmory. Last but not the least, Torkoal. This little fella can put a lot of Pokemon to shame with that whopping 140 defense stat and good attacking sets to stand up for it. Torkoal is obviously going to have Flamethrower. It is like the Thunderbolt equivalent for fire type Pokemon and learns it relatively early at level 30. For dire situations, we are going to be using Overhit that we get from Flannery after beating her. You won't be using it frequently because of her special attack drop, but it can one-shot Pokemon that you might doubt will be one-shotted with just Flamethrower. The next two moves are going to make use of that physical attack stat with Body Slam and Sludge Bomb, having a chance to paralyze and poison respectively. Torkoal learns Body Slam at level 20 and you can get the TM for Sludge Bomb in the Dewford Hall after defeating Norman. Both are really solid moves to have on Torkoal and make Torkoal a beast. With this moveset, Torkoal burns down Vinona's Skarmory and Tropius, Sidney's Shiftry and Cacturne, Glacier's Glalie, Wallace's Roselia and Magneton, your rivals Grovyle, Stefan's Skarmory and Metagross. And there you have it, the best team to beat Pokemon Emerald. Thanks for watching, leave down a comment below as to what you think about this team. And since you are here, consider subscribing, it helps out a ton, and I've got lots of content for the future. See you in the next one.